surviving the party. She takes the tumbler, even though she won't drink it. The glass feels cool in her hot palm. She looks over again at the stable. The father follows her gaze. "Don't worry," he says. "My eldest is in charge. She'll keep them in line." He hooks his arm under hers. "Come inside. It's cooler." He guides her into the farmhouse, where she settles into a chair. A blast of cold air hits her from the AC. She leans back and closes her eyes. "Better?" the father asks. "Yes, better." He sits beside her, takes off his hat, and balances it on his knee. "Looks like the kids had fun today," she hears him say. But his voice blends into the chatter from the other parents in the room. Already she's drifting off. Darkness falls behind her eyelids, and she sleeps. Perhaps for a minute, or an hour, she's not sure. The heat, the nausea, the tiredness, they make her lose track of time. But she's sure of this. The cells of her body know, a moment before it happens. Her eyes fly open. She cries out at the room, "No!" And a second later, perhaps less, a gunshot rings out from the stable. Chapter 1. 2 p.m. 3 hours earlier. Caitlin licks the frosting off her thumb and stands back to look at the cake. It's not straight. She pulls a spatula out of a drawer and pushes the back of it against the uneven layers. The cake straightens, but now there's a dent on one side. "Just leave it be," she whispers to herself. She's always making things worse by fussing at them. The recipe is easy, the blog had promised. But then Caitlin found out that she needed 6 cake pans, one for each layer of the rainbow. She didn't have 6 cake pans, so she had to make it in stages, cooling and washing up the pans in between. And then the decorating. Caitlin had gotten to bed just before 1 a.m., hot and frazzled, with a sugar headache from licking the frosting off her fingers so many times. "Do we really need a cake?" Ben had asked, watching her disappearing under a cloud of confectioner's sugar. "I mean, it's not his birthday, Katie." No, it wasn't Briar's birthday. It was much more important than that. Officially, it was a back-to-school party. That's what the invitation said. A chance for the new middle schoolers to get together before term started. Unofficially, it was a help Briar make friends so that middle school won't be a total disaster party. "A cake will make it feel special," Caitlin had answered. "It'll be something for the kids to gather around." "Okay, my love. Okay," Ben had said, kissing her cheek. And despite the crazy middle-of-the-night baking, Caitlin was proud of it. Her big, lopsided rainbow cake. The kids will love it, she tells herself. She takes off her apron, steps out of the house, and looks around the front yard. Her heart gives a little skip. So what if the party was beyond their budget? She'd give a few more writing lessons in the fall. They'd pay off the debt soon enough. It would be worth it in the end. To the side of the house, on a patch of dry grass, the bounce house sways in its yellow, red, and black skin. Next to it, the water slide. She'd gone through the safety precautions with the rental company. In case any families turned up with infants or toddlers, she'd child-proofed the whole property. The stable and the house and the front yard and the outbuildings. She'd checked with Angela, the face-painting lady, that her paints were allergen-free. She'd gone to Target and bought extra bottles of sunscreen in case anyone forgot. And she'd set up coolers full of ice with juice boxes and water bottles next to each of the attractions. Caitlin Wright wasn't prepared to leave anything to chance. She heads towards the magician setting up under the small gazebo she's rented for the day. The pictures of him online looked more impressive than the man who had showed up in a faded black suit and a clip-on tie. As Caitlin walks towards him, she can smell it. Sweat on nylon. She panics, suddenly. Kids these days are smart. What if the old gold coin behind the ear and rabbit from a hat stuff doesn't cut it? What if they're disappointed? A disappointed child could bring down a whole party. Stop worrying, she tells herself. It's going to be fine. "Have you seen my son, Briar?" she asks the magician. "I told him to come down and help you set up."